welcome to the 16th and final game of the second day, 16th game of the tournament and final game of the second day of the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. This game will match the second-seeded Burning Mules, or second-seeded and seventh ranked in the state Burning Mules, against the defending champions in the 7th seed Malden Green Wave. I'm Terry McVeigh. Seated next to me is Terry Turlington, longtime administrator, coach, and NCAA official. Coach, I think this is the game everybody's been looking forward to today.
Yeah, it ought to be a good ball game. They're 9 miles apart, 10, and have a long-standing rivalry. And records don't mean a whole lot, although they both do have good records. So it ought to be a good basketball game.
Now Bernie is seeded second, and they well deserved the second seed. I believe they've only lost one game this year, and Malden came in as the 7th seed. I think they're underseeded. They're either 8-1 or 9-1 now. Of course, the seeds came out after only a couple of games, and Malden had lost the first game of the year to Twin Rivers over in the Oran tournament, and everyone just kind of assumed that Malden was going to be down this year because they lost everything on that tremendous district championship team they had last year. But they just kind of reloaded. You got a couple of guys out there. Like Leonard Burton, who's a senior, didn't even hear of him last year.
That's right. They got this 6'8" kid that, not too great an offensive threat, but on the other hand, makes you do some things you don't want to do. So
another player to watch is Chad Hudson, who's a 6'2" senior. Again, never heard anything from him last year, and he's come in like Burton, and they're good players. And
Bernie got sort of a typical Bernie ball club. They got a very good player in Dill, and then you leave them open, they'll hit the three and move up and down the floor good. So no reason this won't be a good ball game.
I think this is going to be a good one. The stands are filling up. I was expecting to be a complete capacity crowd. Looks like there's still a few empty seats, and that might be because we're running a little bit ahead of schedule. We're about half an hour ahead of schedule, which speaks for the efficiency of how this tournament is run. You get a 16-team tournament to run ahead of schedule, you're really doing something.
That's exactly right. Officials for tonight, Jay Cookson and Jay Powell and Todd Turlington. Todd is from Jackson, and Cookson is from Morley, and Jay Powell is from Dexter.
Another good veteran crew. It's hard to say Todd's a veteran, but he's been officiating for about 5 or 6 years now, and keeps getting better and better assignments. This is at least the 3rd or 4th year he's been at this tournament.
I will say he also worked the 3A state championships finals this past year, so he's now a veteran official. He's been through the wars,
and even if I do say, and I'm not saying this because you're sitting next to me, I think Todd is one of the better young officials and has been a good official ever since he started. He's
been around it all his life, and no reason for him not to be good. About a minute and a half before tip-off, Malden will probably want to run up and down the floor a little bit more than Bernie, but Bernie is certainly capable of running with him. Imagine Bernie will try to control the tempo a little bit more, and I think it'll be to their advantage to control the tempo more. Well, I think they didn't seem to play in a rush last night. We've had several teams up here that I don't know. They used to call it firehouse basketball. Everybody wants to get down. The shot clock hadn't worked, or the score boards over the goals hadn't worked all tournament, and I can tell you that we wouldn't needed a shot clock in many of these games.
No.
How are you doing today?
Doing great, wonderful.
Hello, and welcome to What's Cooking in Our House.
Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Hometown Shorts.
Todd, welcome to the show.
Bill, thank you very much.
This year, this game tournament, so I'm not.
With a former All-State basketball player and a current school board member, the law firm of Welch, Todd & Parker supports high school athletics. Our firm is involved in all areas of the law, and your first consultation is free. The firm is comprised of attorneys John Welch, Darren Todd, and Cameron Bunning Parker, along with 4 staff members ready to serve you. Welch, Todd & Parker is located at 100 West Main in Malden. Come by or call us at 573-276-2261 for any of your legal needs.
The introduction of the starting lineup. Bernie is coached by Brad Botch and assisted by Kenyon Wright and Jason Long. Silas Dill, a 6'5" senior. He's going to be the big scorer for Bernie. He's the go-to guy. Jake Welch is a sophomore guard, 5'9", a good little field floor general. 22, Jake Owens had 10 against in their first round game. Zach Curry was the leading scorer of 24 in the first round game against Greenville. And Jake Smith, 6'4" sophomore, will also draw the start. Malden Greenway are coached by Robert Eisen and assisted by Yevgeny Sokolov. And I butchered his first name, but I think I got his second name right.
I think I just blew him in from Kosovo.
Merlin Fields is a 5'8" senior, good shooter. For the aforementioned Chad Hudson, 6'2" senior, has been leading the team in scoring this year. Nick Perkins had 13 last night in a good win against Kennett. Andy Matthews, 6'2" junior. And their leading scorer from last night is Leonard Burton, a 6'5" senior. He had 18 last night in their 66-60 win against Kennett, which was probably one of the better games of the first day. We've had a few good games today and several blowouts. The last game, which one we thought beforehand would be a good game between South Penn and Doniphan, turned out to be a mercy rule game as Doniphan
played extremely well.
Doniphan played defense. They were all over South Penn and took South Penn completely out of the game and won the game 79-40. Something you usually don't see in the championship round.
For whatever reason, I thought Doniphan looked better than they've looked in the last 3 years.
Jake Smith gets
good start for Bernie. Good start. Bernie in a full court 22 press, 2-2-1 press.
Hudson gets it to Matthews. Hudson will put up the 2. It's off. Burton with the rebound, and he puts it right back in.
That may be a problem for Bernie.
I think it is. Burton's 6'5" and very athletic.
Offensive rebounding. Malden does a good job on the offensive board. Malden also pushing full court, man to man. The man's playing Silas Dale, who's well away from the bucket, and he's got his hand on him. I think he's going to get a lot of attention.
It looks like it.
The ball's on this side of the floor. He has no sink. He's got his hand actually on him.
Dill's trying to fight him off the post, fighting off Matthews to post him up, but Matthews is staying with him. Little lob in the Dill. Nice catch. Foul by Matthews. Matthews' first team foul. It was a nice lob into nice entry pass into Dill.
Trying to give him a complete front, and he was high enough that you could get the lob pass in.
Dill go to the line to shoot 2.
Looks like Malden's going to, like I say, give him a lot of attention, and he's going to have to work for what he gets, but he will work. He's a hard worker. Sort of a thin frame, but rebound's good.
Good roll on the ball.
Bernie breaks the press on the dribble, and they're going to attack.
Perkins gets it into Hudson, and nice rebound by Jake Smith. And Bernie's on the run, just a little bit ahead of Dill.
I think we talked about if you're a coach scouting a team, you want to know what they do against the press, and the first question you ask is, will they attack you? Will they try to score?
And Malden will definitely attack.
And they definitely will attack.
And they get a layup from Burton at the other end. A nice job of Merlin Fields to break the press and get Get the dish to Burton for the 2. Nice backdoor on Dill, who tries to dunk it, hangs on the rim. I would think they would have wanted the layup there.
Well, for whatever reason, the officials didn't call a technical foul, but he went up enough that he broke the ring without having the basketball.
And nobody underneath him.
Right. No safety factor.
And again,
that's the official at the center position's call.
Put back by Burton makes it a 6-4 game. Burton has all 6 points for Malden. The First State Bank and Trust, located at 710 West Business 60 in Dexter, says good luck to the Bernie Mules during the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Well, everybody's got the same vehicles to sell. All we have to sell is service and reputation.
You seem to want to treat the customer the way you want to be treated.
They're going to be treated good. They're going to get good service. Going to get a good vehicle.
Taking care of the people after the sale. We feel like we're absolutely the best.
It's all a family, customers and the people who work here.
We have a good reputation with a lot of good people.
I only had Allen Christian in Dexter.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful, historic downtown Dexter.
Visit or call Wallace & Owens Country Mart Bakery for all your special occasions. Steaks, chops, hams, and seafoods are just a few specialties you will find at Wallace & Owens Country Mart.
Morgan Furniture and Appliance has name brands such as Justice, Ashley, Cochran, Best Chair, Sealy, Whirlpool, and KitchenAid. That's Morgan Furniture and Appliance in downtown Dexter.
The Bunny Patch has formal wear for all occasions. Looking for prom, pageant, and bridal accessories, including shoes and jewelry? Shop the Bunny Patch, where you can also get tuxedo rentals.
A-Plus Medical Equipment of Dexter has the answers for you. Oxygen patients, are you unhappy with your service? There's no cost to switch, and generally, no doctor visit is required. Home delivery, friendly staff, and high-quality equipment is the A-Plus way. A-Plus delivers the best in customer service for Southeast Missouri. For all your care, we're always there. A-Plus Medical Equipment, located at 8 North Catalpa in Dexter. Call us toll-free at 888-624-0402.
Welch bringing the ball back. Malden's now, and it looks like on a 1-2-2 half-court. Interception by Perkins. Into Burton. That's off, and a nice, good rebound by Quentin Stevens, who's in the game.
Malden has a lot of quickness.
Underneath the Welch, underneath, can't get it to go.
Just about have to use a board on that shot.
Bill rejects Burton. Bill's going to take a seat. He's going to be spelled by Jordan McGowan, a 6'2 freshman. Just going to give Dill a breather. Burton gets the ball underneath, pushes off, and turns around and puts it in. The score is Leonard Burton 8, Bernie Mules 4. 4:56 left in the first quarter. Ill-advised pass right into the teeth of the zone, but Malden gives it back. Jake Owens brings it down the court, over to Welch. Welch drives in, probably tried to do a little bit too much on that one.
Malden wants to dribble the ball, any position, or one bounce. That's got to one bounce it.
Burton with a hook. It wasn't a classic hook either.
You don't think Cliff Hagan's got anything?
I don't think Cliff Hagan has anything to worry about. Owens with the floater that doesn't fall. Hudson comes out with the ball and brings it down.
Well, he's not big enough to do a sky hook, so.
He's being guarded by Stevens. Dill and Becky are waiting to come back in for Bernie. Zach Payne is waiting to come in for Malden. Burton gets it over to Hudson, and who makes the three. A little set shot. 3:25 left in the first quarter. Malden has extended their lead to 7 points. They lead 11-4 over the Bernie Mules. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
The next time you need a metal building, call Roy Owens Construction at 276-3871. Roy Owens Construction has years of experience in metal buildings. Roy Owens Construction is located on Highway 25 North in Malden. Stop by their office today to make your plans for your next metal building. That is Roy Owens Construction Company in Malden.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices
when the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less?
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Well, Coach, so far in this first quarter, it looks like Malden's doing what they're wanting to do.
Well, right now the quickness of Malden is really magnifying itself. Bernie wants to be more methodical than Malden, but Malden at this point is not letting them. So, what you want to do and what you can do sometimes is a whole different deal.
Silas Dill, Bernie's leading scorer and leader of the team, is back on the court.
Yeah, they took him out, I think, for just a little rest. I'm not sure, but he probably makes a difference.
And he does there with a nice little feed to Becky on the baseline.
Backside attack again. That's the way you attack a zone. Brought the man high. Brought the post high, threw it to him, and then attacked it from the backside.
Zach Curry comes back in, replacing Jake Owens. D. Collier's in the game for Malden, replacing Maryland Fields. Payne on the high post, over to Hudson. Collier with a little jumper from the lane, scores 2, makes it a 13-6 game.
Malden half-court trapping, 1-2-2 half-court trap. Let the man drive all the way to the basket.
That would be Zach Curry with his first 2 points. Payne that gets it back, and he's fouled.
6'8", brought the ball down to his waist, and two or three guys, as they would grab it, but he did get it back and made something happen.
Foul on Becky. Now, when you're 6'8", and you bring it down to your waist, you're suddenly a 4-footer.
That's exactly right.
Payne will shoot 2 and rolls the first one in.
Does have a good-looking shot.
Extends the lead to 6. Nice looking shot. They score 15-8 with 2:20 left in the first quarter. In the deal on the high post, he drives the lane, floats, and cannot finish.
Owens in the corner for three, knocks it down. First three for Bernie. That's a three by Jake Owens, and it's back to a 4-point game. Bernie's hanging in. Jordan McGowan putting good pressure on the ball.
Not a very good shot.
And comes up with the rebound. And leading it down the floor. Over to Dill in the corner. Head fake, drives the baseline, and he draws the foul.
Dill did a good job on that play. He went by the first man. Anytime you're on offense and you get by the first man, it's almost impossible to get by the second. So he did what you're exactly supposed to do. Drive by the first man, stop, shoot the short jumper, had to foul him.
Nothing but net.
There's a few things offensively that you are just basic fundamentals, and that's one of them. You drive by one, you don't drive by two. You don't spin in the lane.
1 out of 2, but tip backs out to Bernie. Cross court pass right into the hands of Matthews. Didn't have much of a chance of getting through that. Dill anticipates well. This time he just lays it in.
Malden being fairly sloppy with the basketball right now.
It's good anticipation on Dill's part.
It was kind of a lazy
Zach
pass.
Payne with banks it in from the lane. Zach Payne now has 4 points.
Malden made a flat pass and Dill came in and picked it off. You always have to offset your guards so that you don't have to, so the pass is never flat.
Dill for 3 from the corner off the back iron. Hudson with the rebound down to Collier. He puts it in.
That was a good job. He didn't rush the shot. Balanced up, had a rebounder. Nice job.
Dill underneath, guarded by Burton, and Dill rolls it in.
Let Dill have it on the low block.
Yeah, if you get him.
They were going to front him, and they didn't get it done.
25 seconds left. It's a 3-point lead for Malden, 19-16.
Kick. Intentional kick.
Fields and Perkins back in the game. For Malden, Becking is coming in for Bernie. But 21.8 seconds left. Malden has a 3-point lead, 19-16. Hudson will inbound it. Gets it to Perkins. Out front to Fields. Back to Hudson.
Bernie in a 2-3 zone.
Hudson for a 3, and he knocks it down. Chad Hudson knocks down his second 3-pointer. Makes it a 6-point game. They lost sight of the clock and didn't know how much time was on.
In his defense, it's very, very difficult to see the clock at Bloomfield right now.
It is.
They should have a clock on each bucket, so you got to look at it. Now then, you have to look straight up and get off to one side or the other if you want to see the clock. So it's understandable that you might not get the shot off in time.
Yeah, that's true. I think we've alluded to it earlier in the night. They have clocks over each basket, but there's a short, and those clocks are not operating.
They're not working.
And so all you have is the four-sided scoreboard on over the center court, and when you're going down the floor, especially if you're at center court, you can't see what it is.
You cannot see unless you're Plastic Man.
At the end of the first quarter, it's been a good one. Malden's ahead 22-16. They started out with Leonard Burton doing all the scoring. He got the first 8 points from Malden, but then Chad Hudson's come in with a couple of threes. D. Collier has a couple of points. Zach Payne off the bench, the 6'8 sophomore with 4 points.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter. At Gregory's Creations, fragrant candles and lampe brochet fills the air. Brides are registering for fine china.
Many unique gift ideas and a warm, friendly atmosphere is created at Patricia's Tea Room. Plus, Patricia's Tea Room serves lunch Thursday through Saturday at 11 to 2.
Call J.R. York, attorney at law, if you've been injured by another's negligence, hurt at work, or denied disability. Over 20 years experience. J.R. York, attorney at law. Call 624-7406.
Glenn St. Ford on Highway 49 North in Paragould is your Ford Mercury dealer. Glenn St. in Paragould has great deals every day on all Ford and Mercury vehicles. We also have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles around. Glenn St. in Paragould has an outstanding service department with some of the top technicians in the country. We're located on Highway 49 North in Paragould. Glenn St. Ford, where our price and friendliness bring you here and our service bring you back.
Imagine a future where one company could offer you cable, internet, and phone.
Well, with New Wave, you get digital cable with DVR, HD TV, and an interactive guide.
Unbelievable speed with high-speed internet. And now, even digital phone service, giving you unlimited calling coast to coast. All from one company. Welcome to the future.
Call New Wave Communications now for great installation specials.
So, good start to the game for Malden. Bernie had a chance to fold out of this game, and they didn't do it. They stayed in. They're only 6 behind.
Yeah.
And I know it's early in the game, but they had a chance to fold out of it. Malden's trying to use their height advantage. They got both Burton and Zach Payne in.
Again, we've seen it time after time after time. A man get a clean rebound and somebody attacks him. You get the silly foul. Coach didn't like that, though.
Zach Payne will go to the bench with his second foul. That's the third team foul on Malden.
Yeah, he didn't applaud him. He hit the pines. Last night, about this time, Terry, it was freezing in here. Now then, I think Billy Tubbs showed up. 95 in here right now.
Take a good steam in here. Good feet underneath. Good feet underneath to Zach Curry. He gets a fake and draws the foul. Curry will go to the line for 2. Fouls on Nick Perkins, his
first. Got excellent ball movement then. They made a good rotation and ended up getting the ball on the low block.
2 good inside passes. Curry misses first.
Wright tried to get him from behind or block it from behind, and normally you're going to get the foul where there's any contact or not. That's not a defending position.
Well, it didn't hurt him, but Smith's back with it, and he puts it up for 2. 4-point Malden lead. Bernie pressure in the backcourt. Hudson's looking for a shot, gets it into Burton across the lane, and he misses. Deal with the rebound, and Bernie has a chance to bring it to 2. Down to Smith, a turnaround, and it's a 2-point game. Jake Smith scores back-to-back buckets.
Malden didn't score that last time, but I like what they did. They came down, they worked the ball, and they didn't come rush the clock or rush the shot.
And they got a good shot. It just didn't go down.
Excellent shot. That's right. They just didn't make it. But on the percentage, you're going to win. You're going to win playing like that.
Okay, we got a timeout on the floor by Malden. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
What if sports were much more than just a game, and there was more at stake than just the score? What if it were possible to see the world impacted for Jesus Christ through the influence of athletes and coaches?
Hi, my name is Bill Ray. I'm the area representative for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in Southeast Missouri. If you'd like to see athletes and coaches striving to win, doing it God's way, call me at 280-0932 or go to fca.org and put in your zip code. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
$30,000. Do I hear 40? $40,000. Do I hear 50? 50,000. I have 50,000. Going once, twice. Sold to the gentleman in the center.
Hi.
Moving on. This is a 19.
Okay. I want to go ahead and sell it now.
Sell what?
that thing I bought.
Constantly buying and selling stocks doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones recommends investment strategies that have proven themselves over the long term. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Bernie MFA Agri-Service and Fertilizer has been providing top quality products and friendly service to customers and farmers since 1950. We offer seed and crop protection plus variable rate fertilizer applications and variable soil sampling. We strive to be your good neighbor and want to show you. Come by and see us. You'll be glad you did. Bernie MFA Agri-Service is proud to support high school athletics and the youth of our community. Contact us at area code 573-293-5311. Look for the giant MFA sign atop of our grain elevator in downtown Bernie.
We're early in the second quarter of this last game of the second day of the Bloomfield tournament. There's 6:40 left in the quarter. Malden was up 22-16 at halftime, or at the end of the first quarter. Bernie's scored the only 4 points of this quarter. It's now 22-20. Malden will have the ball out of bounds with Marion Fields to bring it in, or bring it up the court. Malden again trapping. Matthews from the free throw line scores his first two.
Worked it down. The inside of that 1-2-2 press is hollow. They found it.
A long three-pointer, a little bit too long, I think, by McGowan.
He shot that one from the weeds.
The NBA three-pointer, and I imagine he's going to sit out for a little while. Hudson controlling the ball out front. Welch gets around it and forces a jump ball, possession to Bernie. Nice job by Jake Welch defending Chad Hudson out by the center circle. Quentin Stevens in the game for Bernie, along with Jake Owens.
Okay, there's your flash post.
There's the flash. He gets it up, and he gets it in.
That's 3 times that they've flashed the post, turned, and run it down, man down the backside, shot a layup.
Jake Owens taking the assist from Silas Dill to score his 5th point. 2-point lead. Burton, who has been silent since the early first quarter, misses the shot. That the rebound is off of Bernie, out of bounds. Malden will have it underneath their basket with Chad Hudson inbounding. Marion Fields pass in to Matthews just a little wide, and Matthews
really
will corral it.
Wasn't that bad. I just feel like if he'd have stepped over one step and used 2 hands, at least he would have saved a turnover.
Right.
Probably couldn't have done anything with it, but at least you got the ball.
Bernie tried to force the ball into the teeth of the zone,
right,
and it didn't work. Dill on the breakaway, and there's 1-on-3, and he scores the bucket.
Well, he had a hard shot.
A very hard shot.
From the weak side, came in from his weak side, and instead of trying a left-hand throw-up, he used his right hand and did get it in.
It's now a tie game. Long 3 by Hudson's way off. Bernie's running down the court. Jake Smith, pump fakes underneath, doesn't get it to go. Malden's going to run back down, except Welch won't let him. Good job by Welch to slow that one down.
I like what he did. Very few teams in this whole tournament have stopped the ball. The first man back defends the bucket. The next man back stops the basketball. That hadn't been happening very much. It did happen then. Bernie came out, stopped the ball, stopped the offense.
Foul was called away from the ball on Jake Smith. That's the 3rd team foul on Bernie. The Malden's ball underneath the bucket with Hudson inbounding. To Perkins, misses the layup. Perkins gets the rebound, and they're going to set their offense. somewhat. Matthews with the turnaround and rebound by Becky, and I think he was fouled by Leonard Burton. We'll see what the... And he was. Leonard Burton commits the foul. It's his first. It's the 15th foul on Malden. 3:58 left to go in first half. We're tied at 24. Trapped in the corner, might have taken a step or two. McGowan out to Quentin Stevens for three. It rims out. Becking with the rebound. From the corner by Owens, and it's off. Hudson with the rebound down to Collier. Jump, stop, pop.
It's his second time he's done that.
Second time, it's his 6th point, but the second time he's done that move.
Yeah, the
on a breakaway.
The first time was a good move. That time he had a man right underneath the basket.
Leonard Burton called the hand check as he was being beat on the baseline. That's his second foul. 16 foul by Malden, which put Bernie in the bonus. Burt on the next foul. Burton takes the seat. Jake Welch will inbound under his basket. Three-pointer a little bit short by Stevens. Rebound Matthews.
Got a bird.
Out to Collier. He controls himself well. The 5'9" junior.
Collier wasn't real interested in going to the board that time.
No.
He went to the board, but it was the other team's board.
He had a little snowbird going on there.
Both teams playing hard. It's kind of a fun game. I like it.
Cody Collins, 6'1" senior's in the game for Malden, making his first appearance. Out front to Welch.
Screen for
Stevens. It looks like a foul on.
Screen for 32.
Matthews.
Yes. Screen for the thrower in, and the Malden player Matthews went right through the screen and
that's
called it. Didn't stop. You can hit the screen as hard as you want to, but you got to stop when you hit it.
That's going to put 6'2" freshman Jordan McGowan to the line for a 1-on-1, and he makes the first. Makes the score 28-25, 3-point lead for Malden. The long
let Dill come in
Dill
for
with,
the second
Dill
position
with the rebound.
Get the ball.
Dill's in the corner. He's going to go to the baseline and pushed him out of bounds. They called the foul on, looks like it's on Cody Collins. We're going to send Dill to the line for 1-on-1. He's 3 out of 4 from the line.
Bernie only
tonight.
got 3 fouls and
2:45 left in the half.
Right, no foul trouble at all. Malden got 8 fouls now and could be looking at the double bonus if they don't watch it. Got a snowbird down in the corner.
Dill misses the first in 1-on-1 and looks like a rebounding foul is going to be on Zach Curry, his first foul, 4th team foul by Bernie.
Collier was hiding down in the corner. He was trying to put the sneak on him, but they found him.
Hudson to Matthews. Hudson's going to be looking to score. He gets it out to Collier. Matthews ball fake, and he draws the foul on Zach Curry. That's Zach Curry's second foul in the last 30 seconds. Second foul of the game, the 5th foul on Bernie.
4 fouls for the half. Still not in the bonus.
Jordan McGowan comes in to spell Curry, who has 2 fouls. They want to keep him from getting that 5th one. And Jake Smith blocks Matthews. Matthews banks one in. Nice pass to Matthews. He's in position and he banked it in. Dill driving to the lane and with good body control makes the layup.
I like the way Dill plays. I saw him last year, and I thought he did a good job last year. Malden handled the ball a little bit more than they usually do.
Yeah, they sure are. Hudson couldn't stand that.
Right down the gut and takes a shot.
Right down the gut, takes the shot. That's his 8th point of the half. Gives Malden a 5-point lead. Dill from the corner. And that three short. Hudson with the rebound, and they're going to run with it. Perkins to Collier. Collier misses the layup.
Collier likes that shot. And again.
And he's been pretty good at it.
And again. Rebounder attacked. This must be a new thing in basketball. I've never seen anything like the number of times that we've seen that happen.
Fouls on Cody Collins. His second, team 9th. To the line is Jake Smith. First trip to the line this game. And he misses the front end, the 1-and-1.
Bernie needs to make those free throws. That gives them a distinct advantage now because Malden's not in the free throw.
Yeah, they haven't capitalized. They've had two chances and haven't capitalized. We got a foul on Dill underneath on Perkins.
That's going to send sneak in from the backside again. Didn't have his eye on this man in the ball, and he came ball side on him and couldn't do anything except fouling.
So that's going to put Perkins on the line for 2. Malden's now 3 for 3 from the line in the game. Dill's going to take a seat, probably for the rest of the half. Perkins drains them both. Extends the lead to 7, 34-27 for Malden. Nice pull-up jumper by Stevens. That's his first 2 points of the game.
Bernie pressing full court. Did a good job.
Good job of getting back and getting back in the lanes, and then bad job of throwing it away. Just gave it right back.
Yep. Did a good job off the press. Man hustled real hard from the far wing and got back and intercepted.
Jordan McGowan made a real nice drop back into the passing lane.
When you press, you got to have that man getting back in there. Or
Malden having difficulty getting it in. They get it into Perkins.
Just like this.
Gets it over to Cody Collins for his first 2.
Second man
gets back to 7 points. Bounce pass in to McGowan. Back to Smith. Smith out for a 3-pointer by Owens, and it's wide. Perkins with the rebound. 6.2 seconds to go. Somebody's going to have to shoot the ball, and they gave him the layup, but he doesn't make it. Looked like he's going to get in for a layup there at the last second. First half ends. It's been a good half for Malden. It's been a competitive game, but Malden, after having it been tied in the middle of the second quarter, Malden stretched it out, and they now enjoy a 36-29 7-point lead. We'll be back with a wrap-up of the first half here in a minute. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
With a former All-State basketball player and a current school board member, the law firm of Welch, Todd & Parker supports high school athletics. Our firm is involved in all areas of the law, and your first consultation is free. The firm is comprised of attorneys John Welch, Darren Todd, and Cameron Bunning Parker, along with 4 staff members ready to serve you. Welch, Todd & Parker is located at 100 West Main in Malden. Come by or call us at 573-276-2261 for any of your legal needs.
Back at halftime of the 16th game of the Bloomfield tournament, the Bernie Mules, the second seed of Bernie Mules and 7th rated Bernie Mules are trailing the defending champion Malden Green Wave 36-29. Scoring for Bernie, they're led by their star Silas Dill, who has 11 points. Jake Smith with 6. Jake Owens has 5. 2 each for Quentin Stevens, Zach Curry, and Daniel Becking, and 1 for Jordan McGowan for their 29 points. For the Malden Green Wave, they're led by 3 people with 8 points. Chad Hudson has 8, D. Collier, and Leonard Burton. Leonard Burton scored the first 8 points of Malden's game. Of Malden's,
that's
Malden's
the
half,
one I filled out before the tournament started. What do you need?
4 points each for Randy
this
Matthews
is
and
Richland,
Zach Payne, and 2 points
Van
each
Buren,
for Cody Collins and Nick
and that's
Perkins.
Twin Rivers, and that's Kennett.
For Malden's 36 points.
This is Hayti, Puxico, Donovan.
The game got off with Malden getting off to a good, jumped out to a good lead. Bernie fought back, had the game tied, but then Malden's quickness kind of took over, and they were just getting too many layups.
Well, I'm just wondering right now whether Bernie's quick enough to stay up in the long run with Malden. They show a lot of quickness. Bernie, I thought, really played a good half, and it's going to be an interesting ball game. They certainly won't quit. We know that, and we've seen 10 and 12 and 15-point leads go quickly in this tournament.
Malden will start the second half with the ball. Curiously, Silas Dill is not on the court to start the second half for Bernie. Don't know if he might have hurt himself, but he played most of the first half, but he's not starting the second half.
That's interesting. If you remember when the coach took him out, Malden brought the ball down, and he turned his back on his man and let him catch it inside and shoot a layup. And so Coach Bosch didn't seem to be real enthused about that and took him out of the game. Now, I don't know if he has some injury or illness or what, but
Chad Hudson with a nice roll to open up the second half scoring. His 10th. McGowan from the free throw line, or Smith, excuse me.
McGowan looks good shooting.
That was actually that was Jake Smith. That was
Smith looks good shooting.
That wasn't. Yeah, McGowan looks good shooting too.
Yeah,
but,
they both do. They're both good shooters as well as Dill.
Now Bernie's big man can shoot.
You can
Burton
tell
in the lane, he rolls one in.
You can tell without a doubt that Bernie spends a lot of time in the gym. It's more than just shooting free throws at noon hour.
For Owens, three-pointer knocks it down. That's Quentin Stevens, Quentin Stevens from the corner for his first 3 of the game. That's second 3 for Bernie.
And Bernie steals the ball.
Still by McGowan. And Jake Welch goes down
that was
hard
a tough
contact.
Foul. He was trying to get out of the way, but he just couldn't. He couldn't get out of the way, and you don't have a choice. You got to call the foul, but it's one of those that's hard to handle.
Foul on Nick Perkins. Perkins is one of the few players on the Malden team this year that saw appreciable time in last year's team. That's McGowan from the corner. Put back. That's Welch, the littlest guy out there, almost. Gets another rebound. He drives in. He might be trying to do too much, but Jake Owens hangs in there,
and they're right back in the game.
And they're right back in the game just by sheer hustle. Burton underneath, and
he's come down the back.
Burton is starting second half like he started first half.
Well, here comes Dill in the game.
Scoring all the points.
Obviously there was nothing wrong with him. Making a point.
There's underneath to Owens, and Owens puts it in. Bernie's not going to go away. Malden has a 4-point lead. Bernie's whittled in from the 7-point deficit at halftime. Perkins for 3. Perkins is a 5'11 senior. He's a veteran player.
Kind of an interesting shot. He shot it one-handed, has no guide hand on the ball. You don't see that very often.
Well, you don't see it go in very often like that.
Good attack. High post. Slice to high post and reverse it to the corner.
And Jake Owens is caught on fire. He has 7 points this quarter. Still down to Jake Welch.
Either foul him or let him make it.
And he doesn't.
And the Malden kid did a good job.
He did. He
did an excellent job. He was not going to stop something, and so he just faked him and made the gave him the flash, and
it just took him out of his rhythm just enough to where he missed the shot. Timeout on the floor. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
The absolute first thing is honesty is the best policy.
Treat people how you want to be treated. People keep coming back to Allen Christian because they get a good, honest, fair deal, and the service is second to none.
Just a family atmosphere with no pressure. We treat people right, and everybody seems to like it.
Try to take care of them the way we'd want to be taken care of, and our loyal customers know that. That's why they keep coming back, and we hope to continue that for a long time.
The next time you need a metal building, call Roy Owens Construction at 276-3871. Roy Owens Construction has years of experience in metal buildings. Roy Owens Construction is located on Highway 25 North in Malden. Stop by their office today to make your plans for your next metal building. That is Roy Owens Construction Company in Malden.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter. At Trinkets and Treasures, you will find a unique shop featuring charming antiques, gifts, and collectibles.
Customers come first at First Midwest Bank, located at 20 West Stoddard. Phone 624-3571. First Midwest Bank, chartered in 1963 and still locally owned and operated.
Whether redecorating or registering for your wedding, discover beautiful home decor at Decor.
Hey, there's 5:09 left in the third quarter. Malden had a 7-point halftime lead. Bernie has whittled into that lead. Malden's lead is now 4. They're ahead 45-41. Bernie's had a little increase in energy in the last minute or so.
Yeah, I think Coach Bosch gave him some vinegar, and I think they're playing really hard. They played really hard the first half, and they're playing extremely hard now, and I'd be very surprised if they're not in good shape.
Well, Jake Owens just went on a run. He scored 7 points in about the last 30 seconds.
Well, and you got to remember Dill's been on the bench.
Yeah, Dill is now back out on the court. Called the foul on Owens. He gave a little shove out, forced him out of bounds. That's his first team. Matthews inbounds at Perkins. Matthews underneath. Nice movement.
Nice ball movement. Got the ball side cut, but they didn't go back on defense.
They didn't get back
I watched Malden come down. There wasn't one man sprinted. Not one man sprinted down the floor.
And Quentin Stevens was down the court for Bernie.
They all floated down the floor.
And the thrown ball beat the runners. Zach Payne that's Matthews with the rebound.
When you
call
go down
the foul
the floor,
underneath, it's going to be called on Silas Dill.
When you're playing defense, it's not how fast you get the first man back, it's how fast you get the second man back. And let that second man start stopping the ball, and then everybody else get there as quickly as possible. But you can't do it floating. You got to sprint.
Burton double team. Matthews gets the ball on the wing. Burton with offensive rebound and a putback. Not Burton, I'm sorry. That's not Burton, that's Hudson. He now has 12 for the game.
Shot awfully quick.
Shot too quick. Long rebound out to Collier. Welch has the foul to keep him from scoring.
He did stop him from getting a shot, so
that's second foul on Welch.
Maybe it'll be a foul. It's okay.
They fouled him on the floor. Hudson will inbound the ball. Into Matthews to Hudson. Merlin Fields little off. Rebound by Jake Smith, and Welch bring it down the floor. With feet underneath McGowan. Caught the seam of that zone. Ball deflected out of bounds by Bernie. It'd be Malden's ball underneath the basket. They lead 49-45.
Bernie let a man post up right underneath. A little man, and if they'd have got the ball to him, it was an easy bucket, but somehow he got his hand in and didn't get it. Didn't get the foul.
Hudson for three. Count it.
Again.
That's his third
no
three.
Right hand.
That's his third three. He has 15 in the game. He's the leading scorer. Well, Owens drives the lane. Owens is kind of trying to take over. Second half, he now has 14 points.
Well, Dill's kind of quieted down.
Yeah, he's nine of those 14. Maryland Fields gets back.
And again, the ball handler gets attacked.
Timeout, Bernie. 2:52 left in the third quarter. Malden leads Bernie. The Malden Green Wave lead the Bernie Mules 52-47. First State Bank and Trust, located at 710 West Business 60 in Dexter, says good luck to the Bernie Mules during the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter.
If you're looking for floral, framing, and gift ideas, check out Weber's Ben Franklin. Also, Weber's Ben Franklin has cards for all occasions.
Designs on You does single process and dimensional hair coloring and facials. They also have a full line of makeup along with manicures and pedicures. Let Designs on You make the difference in your style.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter. At Gregory's Creations, fragrant candles and lampe brochet fills the air. Brides are registering for fine china.
Many unique gift ideas and a warm, friendly atmosphere is created at Patricia's Tea Room. Plus, Patricia's Tea Room serves lunch Thursday through Saturday at 11 to 2.
Call J.R. York, attorney at law, if you've been injured by another's negligence, hurt at work, or denied disability. Over 20 years experience. J.R. York, attorney at law. Call 624-7406. A-Plus Medical Equipment of Dexter has the answers for you. Oxygen patients. Are you unhappy with your service? There's no cost to switch, and generally, no doctor visit is required. Home delivery, friendly staff, and high-quality equipment is the A-Plus way. A-Plus delivers the best in customer service for Southeast Missouri. For all your care, we're always there. A-Plus Medical Equipment, located at 8 North Catalpa in Dexter. Call us toll-free at 888-624-0402.
Coach, I think Malden wants to be champion of this tournament a little bit longer. They're the champions till somebody else till somebody beats them, somebody else is crowned. And I think they're not wanting to give it up tonight.
No, they're trying to defend it, and I think Coach Isom's done a good job. He again lost a lot of players last year and brought back, but over the history of the Southeast Missouri basketball, Malden's had a lot of good teams. Isom played on a good team.
He played on a great team.
Probably did not get the credit that he deserved off that team.
No,
for
because
another player or two.
Because of Ray Pugh, Ray Pugh got more.
Ray Pugh was one that got a lot of the press, and Isom did a lot of the work.
That was a great Malden team. They were Class 3 champions.
Yes, it was.
Steal by Perkins, layup is up and good. Foul by Quentin Stevens.
Yep.
Dick Perkins, the 5'11" senior, seems like whenever Malden really needs something, he's there to make it happen. Extends their lead 54-47. He's going to go to the line to try to make it an old-fashioned three-pointer. Burton comes in the game. Again, There's a lane violation.
Some kind of a lane violation. I don't know what happened.
Well, they're pointing to his foot on the line, but
I don't know. I didn't see. I didn't see anybody run in.
No. Dill floater in the lane, can't get it to go. Burton with the rebound.
The colleges have taken the inside position out of the free throw lane. They're starting the second lane.
Good pass by Hudson down to Burton underneath for the lay-in.
I think high schools will be next. It takes a lot of congestion out on the free throw. Push off. Malden's
Smith
tightened up their defense a little.
Yeah, Bernie is not getting any easy looks.
Now. They were getting that good look from the corner, and now then they're going out and getting after it.
Hudson for three. It's off, but nobody's underneath for Bernie to rebound.
Not a great shot for this point in the game. Travel.
Good call.
Okay, if you go ahead and make the shot, but you can't stop once you make the movement to the basket. Good call. Actually, this game's been very well officiated. I'm prejudiced a little bit, but I
think it's been very well
officiated.
Well, we haven't even, there's hardly been any comments.
Right.
We haven't had any reason to say anything.
No, both the last two games have been.
Hey, Bernie's down by 9. They're going to try to make something happen with a minute 20 to go in the third quarter. Welch gets it underneath to Smith, and he's blocked by Payne.
Tried to shoot around the 6'8" center.
The 6'8" Payne stretched their arms out. Now he shoots over McGowan, and McGowan fouls. Jordan McGowan, the 6'2" freshman, trying to guard a 6'8" junior.
They're always showing those hands straight up, but before they get straight up, they're at a 45-degree angle when you're going into them. They end up with them straight up.
Payne will go to the line, shoot two. That foul was on McGowan, his first. Payne misses. That's the first free throw he's missed today. He's now 2 out of 3. He'll try to make the second to make it a 10-point lead with a minute to go in the third quarter. Good touch.
Good shot.
10-point lead for Malden.
Again, the 6'8" guy bothers the shot.
Welch underneath. He draws the foul, and that's the only thing he could have hoped for there.
Yep.
He's 5'9" sophomore, and he's going up against 6'5" and 6'8".
Yeah, 23 came in behind him, and I think the 6'8" kid would have got the good clean block.
Yeah, the foul was on 23. That was Nick Perkins, his third. Welch will be the line shoot 2. That's his first point of the contest. And it's good. Welch touches both ends of it, cuts the lead to 8. Bernie pressure causes some problems for Malden that time.
Actually, it was a pretty good no call. The rule is when you go down, you can't try to make progress.
He wasn't trying to make. He was making progress. He wasn't trying to because he slid across the floor.
It was on his fall.
Spin by Curry. He draws the foul. Chad Hudson with his first foul of the game. It's only the second foul in the half by third foul in the half by Malden, but Curry will go to the line to shoot 2. He missed both free throws he shot in the first half, and now he misses his first one he shoots here. Owens and Becky back in the game for Bernie. Zach Curry, 6'2" junior, makes the second of free throw.
Got her down to 7.
7-point game. Curry now has 3 in the game. A little shuffle on Hudson's part. He faked the three-point shot and then shuffled to make a drive. 15.8 seconds left in the quarter. This last basket could be a good one for Bernie. Again, Silas Dill is not on the court.
He's not happy with the way Dill's playing right now.
Under 10, Becky and Owens. I think Owens is going to put up the shot. It's a two-pointer. It's no good. Putback didn't make it. It's at the end of 3 quarters. It's the defending champion, Malden Greenway, 57, the second seed, and state-ranked Bernie Mules, 50. This game's been as good as advertised. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Hey, Bob. Yeah, have you disinfected the area? Good. Now make a 3-inch incision between the 4th and 5th abdominal muscles.
Shouldn't you be doing this?
It's really straightforward. Listen, I gotta go, Bob. I'll talk to you later.
Making important financial decisions on your own doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones prefers meeting clients face-to-face. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes. Three Rivers affordable tuition
means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Bernie MFA Agri-Service and Fertilizer has been providing top quality products and friendly service to customers and farmers since 1950. We offer seed and crop protection plus variable rate fertilizer applications and variable soil sampling. We strive to be your good neighbor and want to show you. Come by and see us. You'll be glad you did. Bernie MFA Agri-Service is proud to support high school athletics and the youth of our community. Contact us at area code 573-293-5311. Look for the giant MFA sign at the top of our grain elevator in downtown Bernie.
Both teams played pretty even. They both had little stretches in that quarter. They matched each other in the score. They each scored 21 in the quarter, but that means that Malden maintains their 7-point lead that they had at halftime. Bernie got it down to 4, wasn't it?
Got it down. Bernie's going to have the possession.
Owens will inbound it to Welch. Again, Silas Dill is not on the floor. The illegal screen right in front of the official, Zach Curry. That's his 3rd foul. 6th team foul by Bernie. So Malden's going to be in the bonus for the rest of the game. Burton spin move in the lane, just rolls out. Nice rebound by Owens. Bernie's going to run.
Man open underneath. Short
on Stevens' three-pointer. Malden's going to run. Matthews out in front, puts it in. That gives Matthews 8.
Gave him a perfect pass that he could handle.
I've been impressed with the way Malden handles himself. Underneath with Owens. Owens has played a really nice second half. He has 16 in the game now. 9 of those here in the second half. Or 11 in the second half. Burton underneath. Doesn't roll it in.
Passed up a better shot than what they ended up with that time.
There's still time. There's still plenty of time for Bernie to get back in this game. They just seem to be a little bit short whenever they make the run.
Dill still not in the game. If we had Erin Andrews here, we'd send her down. She didn't get any information, we could look at her.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, technical foul.
Uh-oh.
Lay in by Jake Smith. Malden player at
That
35,
was not
Burton.
very smart.
He gets beat, he gets fouled, and he just slams the ball down. It was just not very smart.
That could be a game breaker. They're going to be shooting a free throw, then they're going to be shooting a tech, if I remember what happened.
Yeah, that technical is on Leonard Burton. That's be his first technical, but it's of course counts as a personal foul. Free throw by Jake Smith is no good.
They really could have made some money right here.
Oh,
it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, they've missed a lot of free throws. Jake Owens is to the line. He hasn't shot a free throw this game, but he makes the first technical. He'll have another
shot.
He makes this
and you'll get the ball possession.
And the ball. You get the points and the ball. Malden calls a 30-second timeout. They were I think the coach is wanting to calm them down some. Coach, when you're up by that much, you got the game not really in hand, but you have control of the game. You get called with one foul and just a little bit of temper.
There's certain
that
things
that could cost your team 6-7 points.
There's certain things that officials can overlook, but
that one you can't.
When it's so glaring and the ball goes higher than the backboard, you don't overlook those things. Now the officials overlooked a dunk shot that broke the ring, and that's okay. No advantage. That probably should have been a tag. That's right. And so.
But that one they could not.
No way you can ignore it.
Now he wasn't as effective as say Bob Sechrist when he was coaching Miller area when he kicked the ball in the Poplar Gymnasium and kicked it and hit the ceiling.
Yeah, I've seen that. As a matter of fact, I was working the game.
Well, I was watching it. Right, Zach Payne with a nice block underneath. Malden comes out with the ball. The foul on looks like it's going to be on Zach Curry. That'll be his fourth.
Well, Bernie really didn't make a whole lot of money off that technical foul.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, Dill in the game was out for 5 minutes?
About 5 minutes. Marion Fields to the line. He made a couple of big shots last night. He hasn't scored this game. First free throw is good. He's listed as a 5'8" senior. I think 5'8" is generous.
Yes, I think so too.
I think Spud Webb might look down.
Yeah, he plays pretty good though.
He's a good point guard.
Coach Isom had him over there, and he came to a little above his belt.
Timeout, Bernie. They had trouble getting the ball in. Dill calls a timeout to avoid the turnover. There's 6 minutes and 15 seconds left, but this might be a big trip for Bernie.
That's an interesting game. Right now, it could go either way. Malden seemed to have it in hand, and then couldn't keep it.
Then Bernie didn't take full advantage of the technical foul. They missed the free throw and then didn't score when they got the ball back. So the technical foul only cost Malden 2 points instead of potential.
That's right.
Potential five or six.
5 or 6. That's right. 5 or 6.
And that's a difference of 3 or 4 points that could be huge because it's a 5-point game right now.
Malden pressing. man-to-man, no, zone full. Got the 6'8" kid defending the back. Bernie's going to attack it.
Welch goes in, pulls up. Nice pull up. Dill is underneath, and he gets fouled. Okay. Dill asserts himself. And he gets fouled by Payne.
Malden got by the front line, and they didn't work real hard to get back down the floor. Got to do that if you're going to play championship basketball.
Dill did work hard, ran the floor, and he was in position to get the offensive rebound, but he's short on his first free throw.
He's short.
He's missed the last two free throws.
I'm kind of thinking that he may not be feeling very well.
He may be sick.
Short again.
He
got a roll.
Got the roll in, but Zach Payne.
Right down the back.
Somebody lost an assignment. Somebody blew an assignment.
A good job. The big kid did a good job finding him. You know,
he sure did.
It's one way going down the back, and here comes Malden's quickness again. And good job holding up.
Marion Fields shows that why he's a good point guard. Back out the Payne and a nice little jumper.
And they're right back at 8.
Back to an 8-point lead with 5:23. Every time Bernie starts to get close, Malden answers. It's Owens down the lane. That doesn't fall. Welch with the ball. Got a scramble for it and a foul on Chad Hudson.
He cuffed him. Had hold of him.
That'd be Hudson's second foul. Jordan McGowan will go to the line for a 1-and-1. He has 3 points on the night. And Dill again comes out. I think you may be right. Dill.
I think he is.
I think Dill may be
He seems
ill.
to be breathing hard, and I just don't think he feels well.
McGowan, the 6'2" freshman, makes the first of 2. He'll get the bonus and try to make it a 6-point game. Which he does. He now has 5 in the game, and it's a 65-59 Malden lead with 5 minutes left in the game. You know, you always have a little bit of chance if it's under double digits with 5 minutes, but Chad Hudson answers back. He's answered everything. Seems that Hudson and Perkins have answered everything that Bernie has.
And they're attacking them again.
And a foul by Welch out by the center stripe.
That'll be a 1-and-1.
Third foul on Welch. Hudson will go to the line for 1-and-1. He has not been to the line yet tonight. Bernie's just 12 for 21 from the free throw line. Malden is looks like 8 for 10. Make it 8 for 11.
9-point lead with 4.5.
Malden's going to pressure the ball, and that's bothering Bernie. Bernie can't get in. And a forced walk. They had Owens double teamed. He was trying to get out of it and just getting ready to get rid of the ball and had a shuffle. Payne inbounds over to Perkins. Perkins giving senior leadership to this Malden team.
Not a good pass.
Hudson floats across the lane, can't get it in. It's off of Payne. And back to Bernie. It's a 9-point game, 4:12 left. Bernie's going to need to score. We're going to need to figure out how to get some points on the board. McGowan inbounds the ball up to Smith. Over to Owens. Owens going to take it to the hole and challenge the 6'8" Payne, and Payne wins the battle. He altered the shot.
Generally, the Malden little guys are doing a good job on the board, too.
Payne busts the board underneath, pummels it out of bounds, and goes back to Bernie. D. Collier has missed that shot. He hadn't missed many tonight. Hasn't shot many.
Drove the baseline.
Nice move by Jake Smith.
Played Matador defense.
That gives Jake Smith 12 on the night.
Said, excuse me.
Malden's double teaming the ball. It's going to leave somebody open like Matthews on the baseline.
I've never seen so many kids that will not put their foot out of bounds. They absolutely, it's like it's a violation if they do it.
Foul's on Jake Owens. That'll send D. Collier to the line. Jake Owens' second foul. Dill's back in the game, replacing McGowan.
He's playing in short spurts right now. I guess he's Coach Bosch going to try to get out of him what he can.
Collier misses the rebound. Dill with the rebound.
A lot of times when you're sick, you can play a game, and then the next day is when you really go down.
Welch drives the lane, challenges the big guy, and it doesn't. The shot again was altered.
There's some stuff going on now, baby. There's some stuff going on now out there.
I got a foul underneath. Foul's on Bernie.
Coach Bosch was not real happy about the call, and he addressed it with the official, and he still wasn't very happy with the explanation. I've found that as an official, don't complain, don't explain.
Jake Smith with the foul. It's his second. Sends Zach Payne to the line. He misses the first. He'll have two. The Malden is in the double bonus.
About the best explanation, if you ask what did he do, he fouled him.
Little short arm on the second one. Bernie's going to need to put some points on the board. They're going to have to find some way to score. In this half, it's underneath the Dill. Nice little turnaround and can't get it to fall. Smith underneath, can't get it to fall. Nice put back. He'll go to the line for two. Jake Owens has been pretty much the offense for Bernie this half.
They have. That's right. Bernie's going to win a lot of basketball games this year.
That foul was on Matthews, his third. Jake Smith hits the free throw. He now has 13 points in the game. Nice, solid game. Second one's no good. Owens with the rebound, puts it up and in. Jake Owens and one.
Second position rebound, no check off. Got her down and bad enough, but then fouled.
Jake Owens, 6-foot sophomore, second position rebound, gets it back and puts it back in. And he's going and one. The foul was on the 6'8" Zach Payne. Owens hits the free throw. 3-point game with 2:53 left. Bernie never gives up, do they?
No. I like the way they play.
And again, Malden breaks Matthews misses the layup. Bernie's rushing down the court. High pass for Dill. He corrals it in the corner. A shove
foul.
off. Didn't get it. Owens with three. Jake Owens is the Bernie offense. Hits the three from outside. It's a tie game with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Timeout Malden.
That ought to do it.
Assuming you've done enough for retirement doesn't make much sense either. That's why you should invest with Edward Jones to make sure you're on the right track. Because 2 out of 3 Americans are unprepared for retirement. Don't be one of them. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Imagine a future where one company could offer you cable, internet, and phone. Well, with New Wave, you get digital cable with DVR, HD TV, and an interactive guide. Unbelievable speed with high-speed internet. And now, even digital phone service, giving you unlimited calling coast to coast. All from one company. Welcome to the future. Call New Wave Communications now for great installation specials.
Glen St. Motors has 2 great locations, Rector, Arkansas and Kennett, Missouri. Glen St. Motor in Rector has all makes, models of GMC Yukon, Sierra trucks, and Acadias. Glen St. Motors in Kennett has Chevrolet, Cadillac, Pontiac, Buick, and GMC trucks. Glen St. Motors located on Highway 49 North in Rector and 1607 Independence in Kennett. Glen St. Motors, where friends bring you here and service brings you back.
About a minute ago, Bernie was down by 9 points.
That's right.
And Malden was controlling the game. Bernie couldn't get a shot off.
And it literally was a minute ago.
Yeah, and literally a minute ago. And Bernie couldn't get a shot off. The Malden defense and their quickness was just overwhelming Bernie. They could not get a good shot off. But Jake Owens has come alive, and he's pretty well been the offense for Bernie here in the second half. He has 19 points here in the second half, 24 for the game.
He's really had a nice ball game.
He's hit 2 threes, and that was a huge three he just hit.
Interesting finish.
Zach Payne will be inbounding it to Perkins.
Both teams are on double bonus.
Ball's not in any hurry. Zach Payne shuffles his feet. I think that was some inexperience. He hadn't been in this situation very many times.
That's right. You find out who your players are now. See if either team's got somebody that's going to step up and say, we're not going to lose.
Dill is still in the game. Welch drives to the lane, puts up a nice left-handed shot. Can't get it. Go. Stevens with the rebound. Over to Owens. Stevens from the corner pulls it out and gets it back out to Owens. Owens going to drive the lane. He loses it, but Dill recovers. Ball's on the floor. Malden comes away with it, and Dill commits the foul.
Jumped on him. Never got the ball.
They're wrestling on the floor. Dill grabs for it, and Dill commits the foul while laying on the floor. That's his 3rd personal foul. That's going to send, looks like Perkins to the line for 2.
2 shots.
Perkins, again, is a senior leader on this Malden team. He's 2 out of 3 from the line. He scored 7 points, 5 of them in this half, but he misses the first. 1:51 left. He'll try to make it a 1-point Malden lead. Second shot's up, and it's good. Malden's ahead, 69-68. Bernie bringing the ball down the court. Malden's going to pick him up at half court. Welch, a good little floor general on the floor, leading the Bernie attack.
There he is.
And Smith, spin move, back, won't go. Dill with the rebound, puts it on the floor, and he gets fouled. But they got Nick Perkins for the reach in. And that's his 4th foul. Dill's going to go to the line for 2. Dill's 4 out of 6 from the line. His last 2 shots, the last 2 free throws, he's a little short on them. Not this time. Well, a little bit short, but still gets the roll. He has the shooter's touch.
He did. You got to get. That's what happens when you get that good backspin on the ball and comes from pronating your wrist and keeping that elbow straight.
What is the luck is the residue of good design. Bernie takes their first lead of the game.
Out of the defense. Recovered.
Bernie has their first lead of the game with 1:30 to go in the game. They're ahead by 70 to 69. I think they may have gotten away with one. The Malden crowd and the coach is screaming for a goaltend. Bernie calls timeout. Coach Eisen is out at half court screaming.
See, the call has to come from out here. The underneath official is not watching the ball.
And I'd like you to explain that, because a lot of people will say, why is that official halfway down the court, halfway out in the front court making that call when there's an official right in front of it?
Well,
but to explain that the officials are looking at different things.
That's right. The underneath official never looks at the ball. He strictly, at a 45-degree angle, is looking at the play underneath the basket. If you're looking at the ball, there's people killing themselves under the basket. But the guy that gets all the abuse is the guy that's underneath the basket, whose call it wasn't. It's a C's call, and the out official is not supposed to even bother it either. Unless the only time that the lead official will make that call is on the sweep or on the breakaway. And I'm not sure it was goaltending.
I don't know.
I'll tell you, I'm not sure. I don't really think it was, to be honest about it.
Hey, Bernie's going to have the ball out of bounds. There's a minute 13 to go. Bernie's ahead 70 to 69. Bernie has come back from the dead in this game. 2 minutes ago, they were down by 9 and could not move anything. Stevens in the corner, in the deal. Dill's going to try. He double dribbles. Good call. Dill tried to back in on the baseline and had a little bit too much contact with the ball.
The yellow pad there. What did he do? Hit it with both hands?
He hit it with both hands. He did double dribble. Okay, Bernie still pressuring over the court. Nice play by Owens coming back. Scramble on the floor. Merlin Johnson has the ball. Matthews picks it up, and Coach Eisen quickly calls a timeout. He's going to set something up.
I'm not sure that was a good timeout.
He was getting ready to make a layup. It looked like
he had an open lane to the bucket, but he didn't know that. It's
yeah, you can't.
You can't second guess yourself on that.
No, sir.
But he did have an open lane to the basket.
Okay, we got 55.3 seconds left. The second seeded Bernie Mules have 70. Malden, the defending champion, at 69. Their campuses are kind of like Duke, North Carolina. They're 8 miles apart. It's an intense rivalry. They've moved it up here to the Bloomfield tournament, and this is just a second round game, and this is intense.
Right. It's been a great game.
I was wondering what's going to happen whenever it gets to the semifinals and the finals. This is an intense game, and we're just talking about a second round game.
Yeah,
the crowds are into it. This is great. This is what you like in any tournament.
Good high school basketball.
Bernie comes out with Dill, Welch, Stevens, Owens, and Jake Smith. Malden's going to counter with Perkins, Hudson, Fields, Payne, and Matthews. Payne's seen a lot of playing time here in this second half, and he's bought that 6'8" frame has bothered a lot of shots underneath by Bernie.
Yes, it has. I kind of think he'll get stronger as the year goes on.
Hudson with the ball in the backcourt. Bernie trying to trap. Perkins still in the game with his 3 fouls, but that doesn't matter now. Hudson moving towards the line over to Merlin Jones for a jumper, and he knocks it down. Merlin Fields, that is, with a big 2-point shot. His first, I don't know, but I think that may have been the first time he shot tonight.
I don't know.
It's a big 2-point shot. Less than 30 seconds left.
He needed to take it.
Less than 30 seconds left, and Malden is ahead 71-70.
Probably going to try to get the ball to Dill inside. They got him posted up.
15 seconds to go, 14.7 seconds to go. We're going to keep it here.
I kind of think they'll play for one shot.
It looks like that's what they're doing.
Go for the win.
It looks like that's what they're going to do.
I think it's good strategy. Get her down to about 7 seconds and then go after it. And
I think you're right. They'll probably try to get it down to Dill underneath and let him create something.
Yes.
Either get a bucket or put him on the foul line. I think their second option would be Jake Owens, who's had a tremendous game, and most especially his second half. He's been on fire. and he's been creating a lot of his own points.
These are games that's fun to play, fun to coach, and fun to officiate.
They're fun to watch too.
Every call is magnified now.
How are you doing today?
Doing great, wonderful.
Hello and welcome to What's Cooking in Our House.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Hometown Shorts.
Todd, welcome to the show.
Bill, thank you very much.
Year, or this game tournament, so I'm not.
She turned around and left the cave, and I'm standing there by the pool of water alone, and it just brought up a whole bunch of issues that...
W tym piórze nie ma atramentu.
What?
I wtedy możemy zacząć dopiero pracować.
Using a broker you can't understand doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones speaks in a language you can understand. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. For the Edward Jones office nearest you, call 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com.
Okay, Bernie's got the ball with a 1-point deficit, and again, we'll see.
Dill's going to bring the ball.
What we think here.
Dill's going to inbound the ball, so that kind of tells me that he is going to be the guy they're going to. He'll inbound the ball and try to swing around somewhere.
They got to be careful that they get the pass inbounds.
Inbounds too. They want to set it up for Owens. Dill's on the baseline. Owens brings it down. He's going to create. Drives the lane, puts it up, and it doesn't go. Zach Payne with the rebound. Welch with the steal, and he's fouled.
Well, they played. They got a good shot.
They got a good shot. Zach Payne had the ball. Welch stole the ball, but I think they're calling the foul.
Got a good shot.
4.1 seconds left. Zach Payne is going to go to the line. He'll shoot 2. He missed the last 2 he shot. They haven't posted who the foul was on. I think it was on Welch. If it is, that would be his 4th.
They still got a chance if he misses the second one.
Take it back. That was.
Yeah. They're going to get a shot if they can get it in. 4 seconds is plenty of time to get a shot. I would push if I were Malden.
Zach Payne calmly knocks down the 2. It's a 3-point game. Malden's pushing, getting into Dill. Dill at half court. He puts up off the backboard and off the rim, and it doesn't go. Folks, this was a tremendous game. Malden wins 73-70. They're not going to give up their championship that easy. And I want to tell you, the Bernie Mules played a tremendous game. They were down to where they were down several times where it looked like they could have given up and packed it in. They kept coming back and coming back. They tied the game. They went ahead late in the game. The first lead was with about a minute left in the game. This was just a tremendous high school basketball game.
This is the game where both teams are winners.
Both teams are winners. This was just tremendous game for both teams.
It was just an outstanding game to watch, officiate, coach, and play.
And fun to watch. Just great to watch.
Great spectator game.
And we'll calm down here, and as the crowd files out, we'll calm down. We'll be back, and we'll be back with the wrap-up and send it home.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Okay, we're back with the scoring wrap-up, and wrap-up is a tremendous game to end the second day of the Bloomfield tournament. The defending champion, Malden Green Wave, that are seventh seed in the tournament, defeated, and I'm not going to say upset the second seed of Bernie Mules. Bernie certainly deserved the second seed, but the way Malden has been playing, I don't know if you would consider that an upset. For the Bernie Mules, who played a tremendous game. They were down by 9 points, about 3 minutes left in the game. They came back and took the lead. We're down by 1 point with 4 seconds left, and they got down and got a good shot at the basket.
Yeah, had a real big turnover down there on a double dribble.
Yes.
That took one of their possessions away, and the last shot was about a half-court ringer, and it really wasn't that far off.
It wasn't that far off.
It was. It looked like it from this angle. It looked like it may be going to go in off the board.
But on the trip before that, before the foul was made and Payne made, when Bernie was down by 1, Bernie had the ball. They got the ball into Owens, who was the hot man for them in the second half. And he drove the lane and had a good shot.
Got a good
look. It just rolled off.
Got a good look at it.
Zach Payne from Malden makes a big rebound and gets fouled. Then he goes down. And for somebody who probably hadn't been in this situation very often, very calmly sunk 2 free throws. For the Bernie Mules, they were led by Jake Owens with 24 points. 19 of those points were in the second half, and he kept Bernie in the game and put him back in the game on a couple of occasions with some scoring flurries. Silas Dill had 14 points. He was on the bench a lot tonight. It appeared that he was not feeling well. Jake Smith had 12, played a good solid game. 7 points from Quentin Stevens, 5 for Jordan McGowan, 3 for Zach Curry, and 2 for Daniel Becking for the 70 points for the Bernie Mules. For the victorious and defending champion, Malden Greenway, they were led by Chad Hudson, who had 20 points, including 3 3-pointers. He had 12 in the second half. Leonard Burton had 14 points. He scored the first 8 points of Malden's game and then scored 6 points early in the third quarter, but ended up with 14 points. They had 9 by Zach Payne, and Zach Payne played a very good game. He got a 6'8" frame. He got out and altered lots of shots from Bernie, and he played a good game. Andy Matthews, Nick Perkins, and Dee Collier all had 8 points, and Cody Collins had 2. What are your thoughts about the game, Coach?
Well, I thought it was a great game. I think Coach Isom's done a great job with this Malden team, and Coach Bosch has got the Bernie Mules playing. They deserve their 7th rating in their class, and he comes from a long line of basketball people, and no reason under the tutelage of Morris Carnes and other people in his family that he couldn't have a good basketball background, and he shows it whenever he coaches, and Bernie plays that way. Great game.
It was an excellent game. Well, for our cameraman Dustin Gregory, Terry Turlington, this is Terry McVeigh saying good night from the Bloomfield tournament, and we'll be back for the 3rd day tomorrow. Good night.
Well, folks, we have a news flash for you. In the Bernie gym tonight, right in the middle of a street fight, a basketball game broke out. And what a basketball game. Malden defeating Bernie by 1 point, I believe it was. And I'm joined here with the head coach for the Bernie Mules, Coach Botch. Heck of a game. Your kids played so hard and so well. It's just too bad that somebody had to lose this game. Tell us a little bit about your aspects of the game.
We felt like that, we were really flat in the first half. I know the coaching staff did anyway. We tried about 6 different defenses, and we just didn't ever feel like the kids were motivated enough to play. We had a couple guys that we really need to step up that we didn't feel like stepped up tonight. And Malden is Malden's a team that's going to take it to you if they get an opportunity. And I thought they played pretty well tonight, and we continue to leave Hudson open, and when you do that, those kids that have been around, they're gonna burn you.
Yeah. Did you think there was one particular turning point in the ball game?
We got down. It seemed like we were down about 7 the whole game, and we had a little spurt there, and late in the 3rd and the 4th, that our kids got it and closed the gap, and we actually took the lead, I think, by 1 point at one time. And we had a crucial turnover there late in the game, and I guess if anything, I think we battled so hard to get back in it because it was just seeming like 7 point. We never could get it whittled down. We battled so hard to get it back that we just couldn't hardly finish the job.
Yeah, I told you off camera that I was watching the game, and I'm looking at how well you're playing, and I'm thinking you got to be ahead. And I look up at the score, and you're down 5, 7, 9 points.
Well, we really got killed on the boards in the first half, and when I think it was 20-9 at halftime, and we were pretty disappointed with our rebounding effort. But you know, I thought our kids rebounded well in the second half. You know, we're just inconsistent with our defense all the time. We're inconsistent with our rebounding effort, and until we get better at that, we're going to have a hard time beating the Maldens and the Bell Cities and those type people of the world, because you know we've got to get a lot better in those two aspects.
Well, this is a real tough loss for Coach Botch to stomach, and I just really appreciate him coming in. You know, we talked that coaching is emotionally high and emotionally low, and you're a real class act for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, 573-624-3528.
Well, I'm Charlie Flanagan, and I'm joined by Coach Eisen of the Malden Green Wave, excuse me. And well, Coach, another ho-hummer for you. You know, I almost went to sleep there in the fourth quarter. Tell me about the game.
I tell you what, I wasn't sleepy at all. You know, I was stressed. You know, good game. You know, you got two teams that's up and down. You know, kids played their heart out. You know, I knew it would be like that because you know Bernie, they got such great athletes, and a lot of them kids are young, so you know they still got years to come.
Yeah, I was talking with Brian McGowan about a week ago, and he said, you know, we got a pretty good team, but we really feel like our best team's a year and a half, 2 years away.
Right.
You know, they're pretty young.
Yeah, they can go deep, and you know that we run it at them, they run it at us. You know, two teams just put it on the line.
Yeah, you know, I was watching the game, especially in the first half, and I was kind of struck with how well I thought Bernie was playing, and I look up the score, and you're ahead by 5-7 points.
Right.
You know, I thought you guys shot the ball pretty well, and it really kept you in the game there early.
Yeah, we shot it a lot better tonight than we did, you know, last night. You know, we do shoot the ball a lot better from the outside than we have in you know, in last year, the year before that. So, you know, we was fortunate to be able to shoot it pretty good tonight.
Well, you know, you're right where you want to be at this point in the tournament, and you're going to be facing an awfully tough Donovan team tomorrow night. Tell us how you feel about them.
Donovan, you know, they got, like I said, got the Wilson twins. They got Collins back. You know, they rebound well and good defensive pressure, so it's going to be a battle. You know, it'll probably go down to the wire.
Well, that would be the norm here in the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. We've had a lot of real close games. And Coach Eisen victorious tonight with the Malden Green Wave against the Bernie Mules. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, 573-624-3528.